glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash, double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of great millstone, salutations to you, Joachim, that are teaching the truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. I'm about to get into a clip relating to this topic, going into the mark of the beast is nearer than what we believe. Like I like to mention, the elder Ayathan video showed the Canadian mayor talking about the ID wallet at the end of this year and how everybody within that region would be subjected to getting it, which he mentioned too about chips being implanted in people. So these things are happening, man. Then you got John Roberts still in the Chief Justice seat, which Joe Biden spoke to him in a meeting about him ruling on the microchip being implanted in people. These things are literally taking place right now. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. And who is them that devise iniquity? Iniquity is Esau. You know, and I'm going to show you a clip on them devising iniquity, meaning evilness, sin. Because the Most High told us in Leviticus not to make marks in our skin, roughly paraphrasing. But here it is, Esau puts his left hand on the Bible, on the scriptures that he goes against and gets sworn into whatever ranking official of the government body there is that he get, sworn into. So Esau's blaspheming the Holy Scriptures, and he's not going to be forgiven for that. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And that's what Esau is doing. He's in his rest now. He's in his kingdom. So he can write out insane executive orders, speak lofty of the oppression of the poor. Because that's what they're doing in these sittings. And it says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah, it's in the power of their hand to do these things. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this clip. And I'm going to read a little bit from Behold the Pale Horse, the brother or the elder Kassad from the Mississippi camp went into it. And he did make some vital points, which we are in these times right now. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to Joe Biden. And then I'm going to hit a couple more scriptures.
Florida homeowners, if you have a power meter like this on the side of your house, you can get paid to go solar at no cost to you.
Members of the Senate Judiciary Committee.
American Enterprise Institute, left, right, center. It's a gigantic debate. Hadn't occurred, as you and I both know and my colleagues know, in the last 70 years. It has not been this contentious. Not just the politics, but the debate, the intellectual debate. For 70 years, there's been a consensus, Judge, on our Supreme Court on these issues of privacy and protecting the powerless. And this consensus has been fully embraced in my...
That's another form of the beast system as well. If y'all brothers go into this clip, they're going into the future, which is now, of privacy, implanting chips in the masses of the people. They goes into all type of scenarios which we are living in right now. But I'm gonna go to the point which he speaks about the chip.
Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement. There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over.
See? So it is talks about them implanting people with the chip, the RFID chip. And it's going to be a draconian law put in place to where if you don't receive this chip, you're not only going to get banned from regular everyday activities, you're going to be killed possibly.
Brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior. You will rule on that.
See? Brain scans. He causeth all, both rich, small, and great, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Come on, man. This is literally talking about Esau, man. And that's Esau. Now let me go ahead and get to Revelations chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. He said, can you scan across people's foreheads to see something about their criminal history? I'm gonna rewind it a little bit back.
Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You
See? So you gotta have the chip within your forehead or some part of your brain where they can insert the microchip at, and it actually works. So we're living in these times. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You know, people when they sue or they have an important case, they take it to the Supreme Court, where there be a petition from the poor being unjustly wrong from the rich, or wherever the issue may be. You know, they take it to the Supreme Court. In this manner, the microchip is already sealed as an okay thing amongst the supreme judges. So if you decide not to take the chip, then, you know, they can order you to be killed off. You know, because the domestic terrorists is on the rise within the government scope of domestic terrorists and extremist groups, evil content on social media platforms. All of these things are taking place, and it's going to lead up to them actually getting rid of you out of society, which they have been doing it underhanded anyway, taking certain criminals to Guantanamo Bay to be a prisoner out there, and you see how they treat the prisoners over there, and some of the people haven't even did a crime, and they don't have due process to the law. All of these things are coming in effect into America. You're not going to have due process. It's just strictly what the government says. And all these things are pertaining to the scriptures. Now I'm gonna go into this article the brother read about the William Cooper. Behold, the pale white horse. I'm gonna read from the top. It says, "Coded microchips implanted in every person in the country would tie all of us into a master computer that could track anyone down at any moment, and plans for such a system are already underway, whether you like it or not. Didn't Joe Biden mention that? I'm going to read down. It says the secret scheme is being touted as a service for the protection of the people by high government officials, but some insiders who object to the move say it's just another way for Big Brother to control basically the citizens. It says transmitters, top level national security agents are trying to convince sources in the Bush administration to begin the project in which every man, woman, and child would be implanted with a tiny transmitter, claims Davis Milleran, a critic of government intervention, who says he has received leaked information from inside sources. They are trying to say this will be a good way for the authorities to quickly track down missing persons and children, as well as criminals and spies. Now, then I just go into the video with Joe Biden mentioning that, scanning people across their foreheads to see if they're criminals or not. Let's see if I can pull it up again.
Florida homeowners, if you have a power meter like this on the side of your house, you can get paid to go solar at no cost to you.
Members of the Senate Judiciary
Believe the Constitution. Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will.
He said, can an RFID chip be implanted? And that was in 2005. And you know they had it. You know they had talks way before 2005 about the chip, because William Cooper is showing you in his book, and some of his information he got before the 1990s. So how near are we in these times?
Rule on that. Mark my words before your tenure is over. Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You will rule on that.
See? Minority Report. Check that movie out. It shows you exactly what Joe Biden is talking about. Injections, but with, can't hardly see this. May have to get another PDF. But yeah, I'm gonna read down this. Everything about you could be contained in one tiny microchip, which would be connected to a government computer. Any government agency would know what any person has done and is doing at any time. Come on now. We're in these times. You see the syringe that they got? And the chip inside of the tip of it. So these things are going to happen, man. And it says other sources say the tiny transmitters can be injected painlessly from a tiny gun in humans without them even knowing it. And it says the government will have to do is that all the government will have to do is make up something like the swine flu vaccine Myron says. So we're living in a time that Esau is using this Crown 19 vaccination as an excuse for people to social distance, ban travel, quarantine, cut the jobs down, use less money, and then another solution comes right after that. It's the mark of the beast. Well, so people won't be stealing information, and as in government rules and laws, and can't no hacker hack your information because we have tough cybersecurity. Go ahead and take this chip. It's very convenient. We have done studies